Hello lovelies, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well and having a fabulous Friday. As I mentioned last week, I've been watching the Scream TV show and I have to say it's pretty good so far. It has a great cast, the characters are interesting and your typical teenagers. And the story is totally different from the movies, which makes this incredible for me. And I like how the mask is different as well to keep up with the totally different storyline. The twist ending of the first season reminded me of Scream 3, and the twist ending of the second season reminded me of Scream. I was surprised by how gory the show is, because it was made by MTV, meaning it probably was on the channel. So I was a little shocked by that. However, with a slasher film, there's gonna be gore. I mean, you can't get away from it, and without it, it kind of... I don't know if it would be the same. The kills are unique in the show, and completely different from other slasher films, which I think makes it better, because if it was just somebody, like, running around with a knife, stabbing people, that gets kind of boring. So, unique kills that are creative make it much better, in my opinion anyways. There might be spoilers, so be warned. I just finished season 2. Well, I'm on the final episode. I haven't watched it yet, but that's where I am. At first, it seemed like Audrey was Piper's accomplice, and I was upset by that. Because Audrey reminds me of myself when I was in high school, so I have an attachment to her. She's one of my favorite characters. I was also terrified that Noah was going to get killed, since he's my favorite character apart from Audrey. I love the two of them together. They always make me laugh. The twist was not expected. I'm going to be honest. I thought it was going to be Eli, Kieran's cousin. And I know that's what's great about Scream and what I love about it. They lead you towards somebody has all this, like, evidence against them, and you think it's them, but then come to find out you're completely off base. And when it's revealed that Kieran is the killer the whole time, like he was the killer the whole time, I should say, I'm torn by that. I mean, the first season, you kind of got the hints that it was him. I mean, he was always stalking Emma in the halls, and he seems like he was sulking or pissed off that she was with Will. He always seemed like he was trying to sabotage the relationship or get between them. So there was some hints there, but I always thought that it was someone else and not him, because that's what Scream does. They always try to lead you towards the wrong person. Now, in this season, there just weren't many hints leading you towards him, which I know is classic. You know, you don't want to give him away. However, there was one scene that kind of hinted at it. And it is one that made me suspect him. The carnival scene where Emma sneaks in and runs into Noah and Audrey while she's trying to escape from the killer. Only Kieran soon shows up, coming from the same direction that Emma was running from. That was the only clue for me. I understand he was Piper's, like, accomplice, like he was with her, and that's why he started killing, because she introduced him to killing as a therapy, he stated. But it still doesn't answer all the questions surrounding him. I wanted to know more of what happened in, I believe, Atlanta, where Eli has the restraining order, but Eli was saying it was really Kieran who was harassing the lady there. I was disappointed that we didn't get more of Kieran's twisted past that would make you believe he was this really psycho killer. So I was kind of disappointed. The second to last episode, Kieran gets a call from a person with the same voice that he and Piper were using, the voice changer. I'm curious to know if it's Brandon James or someone impersonating him. And Kieran being the accomplice isn't that surprising that it's a guy. Just because I don't know if Piper could have moved or overcome some of these men by herself. And by that, I mean, like, Will having to abduct him by herself. He's probably heavy, extremely heavy, to move after he's been subdued. And you only have a certain amount of time before the drug starts to wear off. So to abduct him, bring him to the location, drag him to where you need him to be placed, set up everything before he comes to, and have him, of course, tied up and bound. I don't know if she'd have enough time to do that by herself. So I was wondering at the end of season 1 when she revealed herself if she did have an accomplice. And, of course, Noah did too. So I wasn't that surprised that it was a guy. I just wish there was more backstory for Kieran to explain how he came to this. I know he kind of hinted at it, that he had a messed up childhood and she had a messed up childhood, and that's where they kind of bonded. But it still doesn't add up for me. There just needs more depth there. Since I've heard that season 3 is totally different, I'm kind of worried that I won't get all the answers I'm hoping for in the last episode of season 2. And I don't know how I feel about it at the same time, too, that it's totally different. I know how much more can they go with this, but I still was kind of hoping. So what did you think of Kieran being the accomplice? Do you think it would have been better if it was someone else, perhaps a deranged fan of Piper, or maybe someone that doesn't even have ties to the town? Who were your favorite characters in the show? What season was your favorite? Do you even like the show? Did you think it was a huge letdown, disappointment, boring, whatever? Or do you wish they kept the show going? Where do you think they could have went with the show? I'll admit, I'm kind of disappointed that it ends after the 3rd season. However, I'm not really surprised. Noah actually mentions it in the 1st season, how making a slasher movie into a TV show won't work because the plot is usually very thin, with a final girl at the end who has to try and survive while all her friends are dropping dead around her. I am a little surprised to see how well it was done, because it was my thoughts. I honestly thought it was going to be lackluster and just a carbon copy of the movies, just with a different cast. And I was kind of disappointed. That's why I thought I was going to be disappointed, I should say. And it's why I haven't seen any horror movie turn TV show, because I just think it's going to be a letdown and may not be as good, or we'll just get a carbon copy of what we're familiar with. If there is a horror movie turned TV show that you are a huge fan of, let me know in the comments and I'll give it a try. And I'll let you know what I think of it. So, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to show your support for the channel. Next week, I am going to be reviewing The Manor, which is on Amazon Prime if you want to watch that before the video. And I'll be talking about a brief history of scrying and how it was done back in the day, what it is, that sort of thing. If you don't want to miss any upcoming content, click that bell icon to get notifications when a new video is up. New content is usually uploaded on Tuesdays and Fridays, so be on the lookout for that. Stay tuned and take care until next time. Thank you so much again, everybody. Stay warm out there, too, because it's getting cold. Winter has finally hit. Take care, everybody.